Alright guys, it has come to my motherfucking goddamn gay attention that the House passes an anti-trans sports bill. Here to report live about the story is Bob from Channel 8.
Reporting live from the Spirit Squad worldwide. Bob from Channel 8.
Bob. Washington, CNN. The House voted on Thursday to pass a GOP-led bill that would ban transgender athletes from women's and girls' sports at federally funded schools and educational institutions. The bill is not expected to be taken up by the Democratic-controlled Senate, and the White House has issued a veto threat. But the vote shows that Republicans are working to spotlight the issues, and it comes amid a GOP-led push in states across the country to pass similar bills restricting transgender athletics participation in sports. The final vote was 219 to 203 down strict party lines. Reporting live, Bob from Channel 8.
Reporting live from the Spirit Squad worldwide. Bob from Channel 8. Bob.
This is all I gotta say.
Here we go again!
What the fuck is it gonna take for Republicans to leave motherfucking transgenders alone? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Honey. God damn. I mean, it's like every week they done pass the legislation to where your genitalia is inept because there ain't no bathroom for you. I mean, now this week you want to ban them from athletics? Bitch, why don't y'all talk about gun control? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Why don't you talk about indoctrinized freedoms and educational reform so people aren't afraid when a black person knocks on the wrong house? Why don't you do that? I'm going to tell you why. Because the weakest link is an easy target. What's happening right now is the Republican Party is basically putting a spotlight, like Bob said, putting a spotlight on the transgender issue, which is an issue of morality. It's not necessary or belief system or understanding when it comes to education. This has nothing to do with how much taxes we're paying. This has nothing to do with taking guns out of schizophrenics' hands. This has nothing to do with the mass shootings that this country has once every motherfucking goddamn gay week. This has nothing to do with the breakfast.
Oh, the breakfast.
I mean, why does a party care so much about what someone else does with what God gave them between their legs? Why do you care so much about them using the bathroom with your... Why do you care about this so much when you really should care more about actually helping the nation and not passing radical legislation so that the extremists and radicalists can give y'all majority of the fucking Senate and vote your black ass back into the presidency? Why don't you do something productive with your time? Okay, why don't you do that? Now, I get it. Based on the religious constructs of this nation, you know, we have conservatives and we have liberals. We have different ways that we're thinking about something. But just because it's a thought doesn't mean it is going to harm others. We have really tangible issues right now. This is an issue that is supposed to be talked about when we have world peace. Okay, you know... when there's not a child hungry no more, okay? When gentrification is for all and not just for white people taking over black people areas. Okay? When black people can start to occupy Palm Springs without a second look, that's when we can talk about this. What are you doing? Now, that's my first commentary about it. We got bigger things to worry about. Secondly, my opinion about this topic might actually, go against the grain here, and I'm okay. I've gone against the grain my entire life. First, let me preface this by saying I am not transgender. I love my man parts. Okay? I do not feel... I do not feel the need to change my anatomy. The new age term to describe my gender is gender non-binary. I relate to both male and feminine genders, and I express myself aesthetically because of that. But no, I am not transgender. I'm closer to transgender than I would be to the trade, if that makes sense. Okay, so I definitely understand. Okay. But Brandon's the trade. Hey, what's up with you? I'm not trade. I'm heterosexual. There's a difference. What's the difference, Brandon? Well, you told me that a trade nigga, he act straight, but he really be fucking in the ass. And a straight nigga, I mean, I like coochie. You know what I'm saying? That child ain't never had coochie a day in his motherfucking life.
Can you record me real quick?
Get somebody else to do it.
It's for audition.
That man ain't had no coochie a day in his motherfucking life. Like I was saying, look, this is how I feel. Okay, just take it like you take the tea I be spilling. Just drink up your tea. If someone is born with the anatomy of a male, but they are transgender, I do not feel like they should be competing in athletic sports with women who were born with the anatomy of a woman. I know. It's not fair. It's not fair. Genetically speaking, men are conditioned in a way to execute certain tasks that I feel like women don't have the same advantage on, okay? That goes to say that, let's say that the young boy was like 5 years old and the parents decided to transition him early with estrogen and things of that nature. That raises a question. Would that be okay for him to compete? Or her. So there's layers to this. Like, if a 30-year-old man decides he wants to be a woman one day and he's transgender, let's call him what it is. If he's transgender and he's 30 years old, but you've been training for the Olympics for 30 years as a man, it's not fair for you to then join a woman's sport. That's what I think. That's not fair. Your body has been conditioned with estrogen. Do you understand? But see, if a child who was 5 years old started out on estrogen at that age and you grew up to be a beautiful woman who wants to compete in the Olympics, I would need a medical examination to determine that your levels are the same as a woman, but I would let that girl compete. You started out early. You know? And this goes back to the transgender bathroom conversation. If a 30-year-old decides that he wants to be a woman, but you grew up with body hair and stuff like this, and you throw on a dress, but you have on a full wig, and you go into the girl's bathroom with my daughter, I'm going to have a problem with it.
And that's the problem.
Okay? But if you have transitioned since you were like in your early teens, and you're a passable woman, and you go to the bathroom with my daughter, I don't have no problem with it. So there's like levels. There's levels. But it's about fairness and the predisposition. We'll see if you do that. I mean, then we could get into other conversations about genetics, because genetically speaking, black people are more athletic than any other race on the planet. You know, so does that mean that we're gonna have to like look at the levels on races as well as genders? Y'all seen Get Out.
Next question,
We
Tamika.
have genes. Our genes, we were runners, we were lifters, we were builders. Our genetic makeup is different than any other race, and I'm not gonna say we have superior genes, but I mean, what the science tell you? That's not an opinion. That's not an opinion. Our skin literally gets energy from the sun, where some people's burns up in the sun, and no point intended, okay? I'm just, speaking facts, So does that mean that black people are gonna have to go, there's too many layers of this. But what I will say is that we worried about the wrong thing right now. I am gonna pull a card on this to see if the Senate will pass this, and then we're gonna move on to your business. But prior to me doing that, I need you guys to right now report to my Instagram story. There's a Bootz poll up right now in terms of, is this the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? And I'm gonna read it after this read in one moment. And you want to know what's crazy? To my other point, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the one saying that African people have superior genes, but science does. And isn't it crazy that the race with superior genes is the most persecuted race throughout history? Isn't that crazy? My question then would be, so why you so scared?
You done fuck with the wrong bitch. I'll put a hex on you, I'm a man.